him or whatever the case may be. But then another T on Vando after a block shot. And the game was just weird as hell after that moment.
So LeBron explaining what Luka was saying, talking to a fan. Ref thought he was talking to him. We're talking to NBA champion Kendrick Perkins now. Okay, so Perk, SGA went off in this one. Thunder get the win. What was the bigger deal to you? SGA going off for 42 or Luka getting tossed?
Well, it was both. One, you know, we're getting close to the playoffs. Like, we're literally right there knocking at the door, the play-in tournament. The refs got to. It's going to be heated. It's going to be a lot of trash talking. It's going to be some hard fouls. They got to have a bit, knowing that Luka is already on a high, emotional high, because he's going back to Dallas tomorrow, and that's a tough environment, and he's playing some exceptional basketball. So unacceptable from the officials. On the SGA side of things, I thought tonight he solidified and stamped that he's the league MVP. After getting smoked in the last game by the Lakers, he come back and he give him a 42-piece, all flats, habanero style. Okay, and then what's going on with Denver, firing the coach, SGA, best record in the league, best record in the Western Conference. Today he put a stamp on it that he's the league MVP.
There you go. He sure did. And I'll tell you what.
Luka Doncic's bucket. Luka then yells at a fan, gets his second technical of the game. He's kicked out. Vando gets a tee for blocking a shot and just staring at Alex Caruso after that. And the game kind of unraveled from there. And I bring it up because I just felt like this was one of the games of the year in the NBA. It was a lot of fun. Both teams were playing at such a high level. It felt like a playoff game inside that arena for the crowd. And to maybe not have that concept as the refs of what's going on in this game and to make that call, I just think was egregious a little bit. And I'm disappointed in a big game because it was a great game, and then it just turned at that point 29-12 after that for the last 7 minutes and 47 seconds. And we'll talk about OKC, and we'll give them their love in a minute. But that was disappointing for sure.
Yeah, it was definitely a winnable game. The Lakers have proven that they could stay with Oklahoma in these last two games. As a team, you know, I think you got to be aware of the rules. Like the stare down, you can't stare down somebody. That's a technical. Luka has a reputation, obviously, of talking to the referees a little too much, and he was looking right into that referee's direction. That's unfortunate. I think a referee has to know when a star player has a technical foul. It's got to be really, really bad to toss him out of the game. I didn't like the second tech on Luka, and I'm sure the Lakers are going to try to rescind it or talk about this man got thrown out of the game. So he's got to be careful, whether it was fair or not. He's got to be careful about how he controls himself on the floor.
Luka's a very emotional player. He's one of the guys. He's a Rasheed Wallace this day and era. He's going to get a lot of text calls. And I think for me, he has to understand the importance he is. Because think about it. I don't know how many texts he has. Stat guy, you can
14.
probably tell. 14. One more, he's what? Suspended for a game, right?
Two more.
So you got to understand who you are and your importance. I know it's down the stretch, but does that carry over into the playoffs, though? Okay, so you got 3 games left, so just be careful with text because you never know. Anything can happen these last 2 games, so be conscious of who you are at all times.
As a player, does that?
He's just talking trash to someone, not even to the ref, and he throws him out. So for me, that's what players always want. We want everyone, no matter who you are. I get it. There'll be going to be some guys that get called other guys, but still, though, when it comes to motions like this, you have to keep it fair around the league because now you just look at this and you compare it to Draymond or anybody else that talks crazy to a ref. This is just not right.
And I think, Brez, like the fan in me got upset because I was loving this game as a fan of the NBA. Obviously, Lakers too. It was just so high level, and you don't always get that, right? So many times when they play games, people are sitting out or this. It's a big complaint, right? Like, but everyone healthy, everyone playing. Playoffs are right around the corner. It just had a lot of meaning, especially with the way the Lakers handled them 2 nights ago. Just have a little, a grasp on what's going on in the game.
Yeah, I mean, definitely maybe a misinterpretation by the referee. Luka definitely turned his direction and yelled, but he was yelling past the referee to a fan who is apparently antagonizing him. That's really what Luka's reaction to me proved, that he did not mean to yell at the ref. I think Luka's smart enough that he's got 1 tech. You've got to realize that. The problem for him is he's played 48 games this year. He has 14 technical fouls. That's a lot, you know. When you pick up that first technical foul in the first half, James, you've got to say, okay, I'm a very spirited player. I'm a very physical player. I'm emotional. I'll get on the refs. I'll get on the opposing team. Maybe I'll get on my own teammates every once in a while. And I think he forgot that he already had that one tech. And even though he wasn't yelling at the ref directly, it certainly appeared that way. We'll see what everyone says in the post-game breakdown. But disappointing. Fun game. Fun game. And as Stu said at the very end of the broadcast, the Lakers definitely served notice. That this team, this almost record-setting team, they've been destroying people by 12, 13 points a game on average. Lakers are right there with them. To me, they're clearly the top two teams in the West.
Yeah, I mean, I was hoping we would kind of have something different to talk about because I just love the way that the Lakers kind of go, you know, huge.
Đây nha. Bây giờ mình lại móc thêm một hàng nữa cũng màu xanh. Cứ luân phiên từng mũi. Tiếp tục. Cứ lần lượt như này là được. Mình tiếp tục mình móc nhé. Mũi tiếp nữa. Rồi mũi tiếp theo này. Đây. Cứ móc luân phiên như thế này cho mình. Tiếp nhé. Rồi mũi nữa. Cứ lần lượt cho đến hết. Tiếp nha mọi người. Đây còn vài mũi nữa là kết thúc cái hàng này. Rồi mũi tiếp này. Cứ lần lượt cho đến hết. Tiếp nha mọi người.